How, when, and where was the first Latter-day Saint temple built?
This was a point of confusion for me because it sounds like God is telling them to institute a school. This, as we know, is going to become the school of the prophets. So how does this end up being a revelation commanding them to build a temple? It's a little bit confusing. Guess what? It was confusing for them too. Section 88 is the command to build the Kirtland temple, but they don't realize it at first. So if you back up to verse 118, this is when the Lord commands them to seek ye diligently and teach one another words of wisdom. Seek learning even by study and also by faith. And this then, as the Lord goes on to explain, is the institution of the school of the prophets. This is how they're going to prepare missionaries to go out on their missions. And of course, once you organize an institution like that, you need a place for it. And that's verse 119. It says, now establish a house. And in their heads, they're thinking, oh yes, a schoolhouse. Of course, you told us to start a school. We're going to build a place for that to happen.
Red, put a little bell on top, you know.
Exactly. So after this, they kind of largely sit on their hands as far as building a specific place. They don't go out to build a new building. They just meet in the upper room of the Whitney store. And they proceed with the school of the prophets, and that's how things run for a while until, fast forward 5 months, to section 95, verse 2. The Lord says, ye must needs be chastened and stand rebuked before my face, for ye have sinned against me a very grievous sin, in that ye have not considered the great commandment in all things that I have given unto you concerning the building of mine house. Everybody sat up a little bit taller and they said, oh, I didn't realize it was such a big deal. And as the revelation goes on, the Lord says in verse 14, let it be built after the manner which I shall show unto 3 of you, whom ye shall appoint and ordain unto this power. So Joseph Smith gathers his counselors at the time, Sidney Rigdon and Frederick G. Williams, and they pray for a revelation of this house, this schoolhouse. What would you like it to look like? And Frederick G. Williams reports that they saw a building in the distance in vision, and it gradually came closer to them, and then until it was on top of them, surrounding them. And they were like having, I assume, a 3D tour of the Kirtland Temple. That's kind of how he describes it. And they were able to inspect in detail what this house was supposed to look like. And it was not just simply a schoolhouse. It was actually, in fact, the Kirtland Temple. And when it was time for the Kirtland Temple to be dedicated, Joseph Smith, when he drafted the dedicatory prayer, he drew on a lot of the language of Section 88, which was, in hindsight, the command to build it.